Alright, hey YouTubers, this is Rantin Robin, and we, like you have seen in our channel, we just got back from Florida. So we thought we'd start out with a loot video, showing you all the stuff that we got, and we'll go ahead and probably do a second video where we'll talk about some of our hints, tips, tricks, and how we got ready and traveled to Florida, hints for the environment, things like that there for those traveling from California to Florida. This video only is going to focus on the plushies, loot, collectibles, pins, pennies, stuff like that we got in Florida. And we're not just including park stuff. We're including stuff we picked up at the Target while we were there that we thought was kind of cute, or whatever, just fun stuff in general that we picked up anywhere in the parks or in Florida in general from the time we got off the plane till we got back on the plane and came home. So, let's get started. And to start us off, I want to show you guys my shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the front has a 45th anniversary Mickey on it, and the back...
Dip down. There you go.
The back has all the different park logos for the Magic Kingdom on it.
Well, rides, not parks.
Rides. You're right. And this is Magic Kingdom. This was a 45th anniversary t-shirt for the parks.
The first section is going to be plush. We got our first plush actually at the Disney Character Warehouse. And why don't you show them what it is?
Alright, so we got the Figment. Now he is the Figment from the 2017 Epcot Food and Wine Festival for about $9.90 or $8.90?
$9.99.
$9.99. $10 for this one. This is the 2017 Food and Wine Festival, as you can see on the pan here that he's holding.
I got the Yummy World plushie here by Kid Robot of the French fries, and he's got like a little hanger so you could hang them, loop them.
Now, was that Kissimmee or Orlando? Was that the Kissimmee Target?
This was the Kissimmee Target. It was by our first resort.
We found him at several different stores, and we ended up actually picking him up in Epcot of all places, which was kind of odd because he is the Magic Kingdom logo. And one of the things we have shipping to us that we will show when it comes, and it will still be part of this video, is also related to this character too. But he is the, his name is literally his color, Orange Bird.
Since we collect Tsum-Tsums, we've got Experiment 66, aka Alien Stitch. Finding this is part of the Frontier set that they have now. And we have Big Al from the Country Bear Jamboree. He's the one that gets very slow and drawn out.
Blood on the saddle.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, Rantin Robin got most of it when we were at Magic Kingdom. It's no longer here in Disneyland.
Check out Magic Kingdom Part 2. I don't know if I'll put a link down, but I'll try to remember to check out the Part 2 video. It should be on the same playlist as this. That contains the Country Bear Jamboree. It's in the name if you forget which part it's in.
So in Florida, we found another country bear that we didn't know exists. This is one of the three sisters that sing about all the guys that turn me on, turn me down. We found a Pete. This Pete's kind of weird because they have a Zoom Zoom pin set that is Tower of Terror. So we got Pete the cat as one of the bellhops. There's also a Goofy somewhere out there that is a bellhop.
But it's hard. But for those of you who know Zoom Zooms, you'll know that Pete is not something you usually see in the stores. So when we saw him at the park, we just picked him up as a character.
And ironically, we got him at Disneyland, and we no longer have Tower of Terror because it's been changed to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, because it was not as popular here. Florida, you don't have to worry. That one's not getting changed. It's very popular, except for with Toy Story Land, where everybody wanted to go into Toy Story Land.
And it had a 10-minute wait from what we've gathered.
Yeah, I have an artist friend who lives out in that area, and she said it was a 10-minute wait.
Yep. We have one of the most interesting characters we found. Horace Horsecollar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is considered to be an old one. He was kind of related with Clarabelle at the beginning.
It's right here in Zoom Zoom form. It's hard to tell, but I can kind of show you. She's got little horns there. Clarabelle, they brought in and around because Well, Portal Goofy. So they paired Colorado and Goofy together. That was evident in the Three Musketeers movie and onward throughout Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Two main protagonists, or the mascot of Disney and his wife or girlfriend.
A mouse.
It all started with a mouse. So, I picked this up at Disneyland in California when we were there for part of a work-related trip, and I just liked it because he had a mustache.
So we went ahead and picked up Minnie, because they always have it 4 for, so buy 4 and get it for this price.
Yep. Now this, for those if you can see it, it was an interesting little car I found in the near Expedition Everest, in Magic Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. And it is Mickey, kind of looking behind him, very scared looking, with the abominable snowman Yeti. Yeti right behind him.
I'm going to try and show the box here.
It's Vinylmations from the Shanghai Disney Grand Opening. Now, you get, on the top of every set, you get the Mickey. He's the Mickey, but he's wearing, I don't know if you can see it close enough, but he's wearing Shanghai clothing. He's in a Shanghai outfit, if you can kind of see that closely. Now, the interesting thing, I don't know if all of them there had this, but who we ended up...
It was blind bag, and the characters you could get, where you could apparently get another Mickey, possibly, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Chip and Dale. Oh, no, they have a... So, concealed, I'm sorry, it has some English here, was Mickey... So you got a Mickey in every set. Then you could get a Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Chip or Dale inside the box, inside a blind bag.
Yep.
So our blind bag happened to just conveniently have Minnie Mouse in it. And her garb, Chinese dress garb.
So I actually thought these were really cool. So we picked these up, and I'm happy. We got Shanghai figurines. So, and Minnie and Mickey. They're our favorites. So I didn't want to buy any that I just could find here in California, that I could find anywhere. So we only bought exclusive ones. So we'll start with our Disney Store exclusive that we found. Those of you who remember, there was a Funko Pop 3-pack that was Stitch, Scrump, and Angel. And that
Hot Topic exclusive.
Hot Topic exclusive. And that thing went like hotcakes. So it is a Deadpool Dorb. I don't know if you can see this, but it says Universal Orlando on it at the side there.
That's focusing on my face.
Now, back when we did the Guardians of the Galaxy from the Tower of Terror to the Guardian of the Galaxy's Mission Breakout, they introduced a Funko Pop of the Collector that was completely gold, as you can see. Now, because of the fact that they're bringing in the Guardians coaster into Florida, they have reintroduced this one into Florida and created a second run of it. So at this current point, the only place you can get it is Disney Springs. Now, while I was there, thanks to a good friend of mine, whose name I will keep off the internet, but thanks to a good teacher friend of mine, we found out that they were releasing a special anniversary set of Funko Pops in honor of the 20th anniversary, 25th, because I know Epcot was 35th, but something like that of the Tiki Room. So it was
probably higher than that. I think Tiki Room's been around since the opening.
I think so, but it was, anyways, it's an anniversary of the Tiki Room, and in honor of the anniversary, they released a set that's a double pack of Pele, which is the goddess that is outside the Tiki Room, and then Barker Parrot, which is the main parrot in the attraction who has a hat on, Disney World. Because I went into the shop to find this one and was bummed to find out that they literally sold out of him about 2 days earlier. I mean, they still thought they had him behind the counter. But for those of you who know Epcot, he's a main logo of the park. Now, being that we have technology, I hopped on my phone and found it on eBay. Said the box had a blemish on it, but the blemish was just a little warping in the back, which is no worse than us trying to get the stuff home on the plane in our carry-on. Because it happened to ours. You can see that it's kind of warped just from us moving them home a little bit. So that really is not a blemish at all. But again, I was really happy to find this, and he arrived just this afternoon, a couple hours ago. Finally, shipped in from. Well, I don't need to share where the seller's coming from because that's private. But it's Figment. Now, Figment is the main logo of Epcot, considered to most people. He's part of the Journey into Imagination in the Land Pavilion, I believe. But again, Figment has become one of my favorite characters, so being able to find the park exclusive Figment was amazing. For those of you who don't know, they actually released 2 different versions of Figment, both the same vinyl, same painting, same back, same front. The only difference is the exclusive sticker. On one of them is the Disney Store exclusive versus the parks. Selfishly, I was hoping for the parks, and I really want to thank the seller on eBay because that's what I got, even though the picture was the other one.
We got the Hidden Mickey book of Walt Disney World, and we have the one for Disneyland.
Yeah,
so
we have the version of this for
nice.
Disneyland.
As you can see, it's got all the information labeled out.
And I think we prefer this book because it doesn't try to just take any set of circles and make a Mickey out of them. It's more exclusive to ones that are obviously purposeful.
Well, our next book is just kind of a cool, fun thing because I'm an artist. We picked up the Walt Disney World coloring book. This is a kid's coloring book, so they're printed on both sides of the page for like $1 or $2 at the Disney character outlet. Kind of cheap, little fun thing for me to do. The other thing that we got was we went to the Crayola experience.
Check out our video.
Check out our video. Very awesome place. Wish there was something like that out here because we'd totally go and randomly do it with people. But they had something that I wasn't going to buy anything because they didn't really have any color pencils. It was mostly markers. Markers, paint, and crayons. Lots of crayons. But they had this. The Beatles Yellow Submarine Creative Experience by Crayola. They had this and they had a larger one that was a color by number. But this is basically an adult activity book. I'm out of the shot here. Of the Beatles Yellow Submarine. Now this does have an anniversary coming out. And show you what we got at Epcot.
Okay, so at Epcot we actually got international coins. We believe it's the equivalent to the penny here, but in various countries. So you have Germany, Mexico, Zimbabwe, United Kingdom, Poland, France, Canada, USA, Italy, Brazil, China, and Finland. Now if you're wondering how I epically knew all those coins, it's on the back.
But in these nifty books, you've probably seen these around and have no idea what they are, and then you hear this crank, 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 crank from a kid playing from this machine. Well, those are press penny machines and quarters and other various things. This whole book is filled. We've got quarters here on this side and pennies. I also bought 3 more of them to go to my collection, all of which are filled. This one has the rest of the quarters. Plus,
We're going to be buying more books.
this whole Altoids box is filled with pennies and my 1 dime. Not that I can show you because they're all falling out. But I got a total of like 200 and some...
76, I believe.
Something like that, 270 something pennies. And that was not all I had listed because we had to cut things down. We'll talk more about that on our upcoming tips, trips, and planning video.
Now, she will show you guys more detail on her pennies on her channel.
I'm planning to make a video, so check that out. Subscribe, hit the bell notification over there.
DigiFoxCat, D-I-G-I, and then Fox, and then Cat, just like it sounds. All one word. You should be able to find her channel. She'll put more detail about the pennies on there. But the short version is, you can find these pennies at any theme park. You can find them at almost any, like half of the Disney stores in different places. And you can find them at all the Disney resorts too. Almost
and then
every
various
Disney
other
resort.
things have them.
And then things like the Crayola experience and specialty places and some of the miniature golf places have them too. But if you're a Disney press penny collector, as she is, you end up going around to a lot of different places to check it out.
And I had to grit my teeth because although I found out later in the bottom of my purse, because a few times my stuff had dumped because of how rough they are searching your things, they dumped a few of my coins out, that I could have gotten one because there was a Disney shop in the airport as we were leaving. However, I thought all my money was packed in our check-in suitcase.
Yep. So we didn't get them at the Vision of Disney or Disney Vision or something like that. It was a store in the Orlando airport.
Was the name of it. Ear and then port.
Disney Airport. So, that is all, but we do have a few more things. So this video will be a conglomeration of different days, because we have a couple more things coming that we're going to show you guys when those come before we put the video together.
Alright, pause it. I need to go to the back.
Hey, this is Rant Robin. As we showed you guys earlier, needless to say, DigiFoxCat and I have become fans of Figment, as you can see. And we bought one other thing that was Figment related that we found at the Disney Character Warehouse. Now, these are two of the pictures that I think are played upon. I'm trying to remember where they're played upon. Foxcat, you're behind the camera, maybe you can help me out. But they're played upon Little Boy Blue and
Pinky,
which are both Disney pictures. Where are they
located?
No,
they're not Disney pictures. They're actually located here at the Huntington Library.
Oh, they're located here at the Huntington Library. So for us Californians, they're familiar. Are they shown in the Imagination ride?
Yes, right before you get to the big thing where you start seeing the one little spark song at the very end.
So, you have these two magnets. Now, we picked them up at the Disney Character Outlet. I'm holding them up so we can get a nice zoom in on them. And I hope I have them the right way. It's just the writing is upside down on this one, so it threw me off on the back.
Well, one of them was upside down in the actual ride. I don't remember which one.
Probably
you can go see our video.
Probably this one, because it's the one with the writing all upside down.
Oh, there you go.
So, I'm going to assume they're like this, but just so you guys can see them easier, we'll put them like this. These are two pictures of Figment. We were originally thinking of picking them up some other magnets for people that we were giving souvenirs to. We decided just to pick up the two for ourselves, but they're really cool pictures of Figment for those that are familiar with the originals, and for those that are familiar with the Journey into Imagination with Figment, as it's now called. So, I thought I'd show you those first. For those who are familiar with Walt Disney World, you know they have a system where they like to celebrate you if you're celebrating either a special occasion or if you are a first-time visitor to their park. You can go by the guest services and you can receive a pin that tells what occasion you are celebrating. When we got married, we got one that said just married, I think.
Just married or happily ever after. It's in our collection around here.
I think it was just married.
I think it was just married, and then we have the happily ever after was the one they gave us.
So this time around, we went right at our anniversary, but it was also our first visits to the Magic Kingdom and to the Animal Kingdom parks for both of us. So we picked up this pin. Now we picked both of these up. Normally you get these in guest services. The guest services line was full of other people. They sent us to one of the retail stores there in Main Street and told us to get them there. So we got both the pins for the whole week there. But this was what we wore at the Magic Kingdom and at Animal Kingdom. We had these strapped to our backpacks or purse and stuff. Now I will say this time we really didn't get noticed. We really got noticed when we went before at Epcot with our Just Married one. We actually got some free food. This time around, we just got congratulations from or welcome, or hey, it's good to see you.
Have a magical day was about all we got on the first.
No discounts, nothing free, nothing like that, which kind of.
We didn't even get a magical moment where they send you to the front of the line.
No, we didn't. That's true. The other one we got is Happily Ever After, because the day we went to Epcot was our anniversary. For our privacy's sake, I don't necessarily need to share that day. I will say it was June. It's a pretty common day for a lot of people, but it was June, and we have been married for 4 years. So Foxcat, very creatively, along what we had seen in the park.
We had seen it in the park. Other people who had gotten there at the resorts or were able to. The place that we had didn't have any pins to ride on anything. So I was seeing them put the number of years and then put ears instead of years, happily ever after on their pins.
So we put 4 ears on our...
So I had to do this after we got home because we didn't have an actual Sharpie.
Yeah, so when we actually wore them at the park, we didn't have anything written on them. But we, again, all we got was congratulations. We didn't really get noticed that much when we wore them through Epcot, which we thought would have been a perfect place to get food discounts, like they had done before with us. But, oh well. So, that's what we've got here. Now we'll go ahead and transition over to a few other little things that Foxcat would like to show you guys.
Alright, so we got a whole bunch more stuff to go through. So the first thing I want to show you is the Loungefly coin purse, I think is what these are actually called. That is DuckTales from 1990s, 1989 DuckTales. We got this at the Florida Mall at a store called Pop Cult, which is kind of a geeky store. But these normally run somewhere, I think they're like $30 for just this for Loungefly. The smaller it is, the more expensive it gets. We got ours for $10 there, so that was really cool. And it was convenient because it could hold Disney pins. So I had bought a lot of Disney pins on eBay and got them so I could actually do some official pin trading. So I'll kind of show you what we got here. Spread them out. So I'll start with the three that are kind of exclusive here. So we found a Figment, Hidden Mickey Figment pen. Here it's all silver and it says good. I do have the metal one that we traded at Disneyland, but we found this one in Disney World. Next up is the Orange Bird Hidden Mickey. Again, we found one of these at Disneyland to trade, but this is the one we got there in Florida. The next one that's kind of exclusive is we found this one from 2010 of Canadian Mountie Pluto for Canada. So that was a cool find. Kind of an interesting design. He is an older one. Next we found Oswald Hidden Mickey. It's pretty cool that he's showing up. So here's Oswald. We have another older one that was a larger one. So we had saved up a few years ago to go to Disneyland and California Adventure. It was late enough. I like to pick up a pin as a collection. I accidentally picked up, instead of picking up the Rescue Ranger pen that I wanted, I ended up getting another one of the DuckTales one, or Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald. So I managed to trade that for this Jack Skellington one that Rantin and Robin actually found, and it is a 2008 one, so that is pretty cool to find one that old still in circulation. Then we have a couple of Zoom Zoom pens that I found, one right after each other the same day. We have Chip and Dale Zoom Zooms, so that was kind of cool. Also, speaking of chipmunks, I also found this really cute Dale. Oh, thought that was cute. Always like Chip and Dale. They're kind of clever and everything. Then we also have two more cute ones. We have Winnie the Pooh and Pluto. Last two was from one of those big sets that are like $30, $40 to get you started. But they are Nerdy, Donald, and Goofy. Eventually we will probably get at least Mickey, probably Mickey, Minnie, and Daisy. I think Stitch and Pluto are the other two in the set. I'm not remembering correctly. But these are just the headshot ones. They had another set that was full body. So that was a cool find to find those. And that was our traded pins. Like I said, I do collect pins, so we bought a lot. So first off, we have from the Coca-Cola shop, we got this pen of their Union Jack bottle. Did you get a look at that? Then at Universal, we have 4 pins here. I kind of show 2 of them together. So we went to Islands of Adventure first. So we found these cute little plushies, and then I found on the pin area these cute little things of Spider-Man and Wolverine. They had a smaller set that was all of them that they had, which was Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk, Captain America, and Punisher, I think. There might have been one other character. character. So those were really cool to find them in pen form. We got our 2 favorite of those. I wouldn't mind the Captain America one, but I don't remember finding him in the large form. Then we got another pen just celebrating us going back to Universal. And of course, because they have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, found this really cool pen of Hogwarts. Now moving on to the Disney Character Warehouse has, as we stated, has several things. So we've got one of the Shanghai grand opening pens with all the characters. This one's probably going to be pretty valuable once it's out of circulation, but it's got Donald, Goofy, Daisy, Pluto, Chip and Dale, Mickey and Minnie, and Duffy, which is very popular in Asia. Duffy and Daisy May or whatever the, allergies, girl bear of Duffy is. I think it's Shelly May. And then we also got, at the Disney Character Warehouse, our first time there, 2 Spider-Man pens. One's just a regular Marvel Spider-Man, it says Amazing, and the other one is Homecoming. This probably was at the El Capitan for when Homecoming came out, but I'm not positive. So there's that. We did try to buy a third design that was Homecoming, but it just didn't get out of the cart and we never got
it. It looked like a notebook sheet of paper with kind of Spider-Man on it.
Yeah, Spider-Man doodles on it. Okay, next up we bought ones for kind of celebrating us going there. So we have a Walt Disney World pen that has a castle. I was trying to find something castle related for Magic Kingdom. What we did find for Magic Kingdom was pretty cool. I think this was an anniversary one. It says Passport to Adventure, the Magic Kingdom, established October 1st, 1971. And it is one of the more expensive ones. It opens up and it's actually the ticket books way back from the 70s. You used to have these books that you buy, and that's how you got on the rides. So that was really neat to have a pen like that. Next up was our Magic Kingdom pen. So, our Animal Kingdom pen, rather. Too many kingdoms. So this shows the elephant, dinosaur, and dragon. Now, the reason the dragon is on the logo is because originally we were going to have a Beastly Kingdom area that was going to deal with all of fantasy folklore that was supposed to be in World of Disney, where Pandora is now. That's where it was going to be. Some of the Imagineers didn't like how slow it was going, that they weren't liking it, so they went onward. The rumor is that they went to do the Dueling Dragons over at Islands of Adventure, which is now closed, to make way for a new Harry Potter ride. And as we've mentioned, we kind of like Figment, so when it came to Epcot, we found 2 Figment pens, one for the anniversary and one that just says, let your imagination soar Epcot. That's hard to read because it's tiny.
And the one on Foxcat's left is the same logo that was on the back of the pop box for Figment too.
Yep.
So it's the main logo for it.
This is from the 35th anniversary. So those are our pins, and that is it on my pins that we got. Okay, so the last things we've got is a set of Zoom Zooms that are park exclusive and specific. And first up, we've got...
Now, should we clarify that this is the Adventureland set for our viewers out there?
Well, we will. I was getting to that. So I was going to say they're all themed.
Okay,
for the land.
then I'll cut that out. Alright, 3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, our last set of Zooms, we had to wait because we bought one and we were waiting for it to come. But it's finally got here and we're going to show you our last ones. So, they are park exclusive to a particular area of Magic Kingdom / Disneyland / any place that has an Adventureland.
Yes.
First up is this little guy here. I'll bring him in. And he is a Skipper. I call him Skipper Dan if you've ever heard the Weird Al song. Called Skipper Dan. It's by the Jungle Cruise.
Yep.
Although we can call him whatever the Rock's character is going to be in the Jungle Cruise movie. Ooh.
Yep.
They need to stop making movies about their rides.
I know.
So what do you have?
I have the rhino, the rhinoceros from the, also most likely from the Jungle Cruise ride. One of the animals that you interact with. This one is the only one that's not listed in the pin set of the Zoom Zooms, but it is part of the same set as them. Very cool looking, and a very good rhinoceros, just in general for anything. Alright, so earlier we showed you the pop set of Pele and Barker Parrot, which was pretty cool. They do not make necessarily a Pele, but they do make a Barker Parrot in the Zoom Zoom form. So they do have Barker Parrot. He looks very cool. I like his design. He's got his hat and everything, just the way he's set up. So I very much like this. Again, these are the ones we're showing you now are from the Tiki Room, the Enchanted Tiki Room. But we'll get to that in a little bit, one that's more specific to a certain area of the Tiki Room. Alright, and?
And then we just have that Tiki. I think they call him a Tiki God, but it's just a Tiki. There he is. Very colorful Tiki.
We could not find any info whether it was Pele or not, but we don't believe it is. Alright, I believe I might need Foxcat's help, but I believe this is Jose.
I believe that's Jose, yeah.
They're listing it as Jose, so I believe it's Jose.
Yes, I believe Jose, and I don't remember what the green parrot's name is that goes along with him.
Panchito? No,
No.
that's the Three Caballeros.
Three Caballeros, that's the rooster.
But yeah, here's
Jose in the Tiki Room's red, I believe, and then you have a green bird that goes along with him.
Yep, but he looks really cool. So this is Jose.
And then we have one of the cockatiel girls who seem like the bird you've seen.
Yep, they call that one Showgirl Bird, I believe.
Yeah, I think all the girls are called Showgirl. And last but not least.
Alright, so we showed you guys earlier that there is a character that's exclusive to the Tiki Room in Florida because it was sponsored by a juice company that was part of Florida, and also you can find it at the Sunshine Terrace. And they made a Zoom Zoom of him for this set. They made a Zoom Zoom of the orange bird, the Florida orange bird. So he's very cool. You can see that the leaves or wings, the wings that look like leaves, are embroidered into his side. And the tail and the head, I believe the head can sit more like this, but ours just got kind of folded in packing. Now the reason we waited so long to do this video was because of this one. We ordered it from a great seller on eBay, so thank you for, if you're watching this, thank you. And it got stuck. Package got lost. It was too small and it got lost in Seal Beach, so we did a package retrieval which took about a week, which took about 2 or 3 days, and then it took another week beyond the week that it should have taken to ship to us. So that was a lot of our delay in making this video, was getting this last one to complete the set. So, that is all of our stuff. Keep an eye on this channel because we will be doing a trip logistics video or a planning type video where we'll talk more about our trip and some of the issues we encountered on the trip. So this is Rantin' Robin, same face, different place next time.